Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm MetaDevBlox, Roblox game developer and jack of all trades. Around here, we dive into the chaos of Roblox, from building, scripting, to even answering those burning questions like why won't this work, or tackling it all. Hey there chaos enthusiasts, MetaDevBlox here, your friendly neighborhood chaos architect and data cruncher. Today, we're diving into one of Roblox's most important topics of how to turn your players into buyers. Because let's be honest, who doesn't want their game to make some real Robux? I know I do, and you should too. We're diving into psychology, data, and the code behind one of the most effective strategies to boost your in-game sales: welcome packs and value packs. Grab your survival gear and stockpile those resources, because we're about to supercharge your game into an unstoppable Robux generating machine. Let's go. Alright, let's kick things off with the cold hard facts. Before adding welcome and value packs into my game, MetaZ, my monthly sales were around 40,000 Robux a month. It's not too bad, but it's also not too great. It's like trying to survive the zombie apocalypse without a weapon. Eventually, you're gonna fail. But after adding welcome and value packs into my game, I went from 40,000 Robux a month to 250,000 Robux a month. For all you data nerds, that's a 520% increase in sales over that period of time. And here's why this works. The welcome pack is your player's first chance to step into premium content. Low cost, high value, and irresistible. But in the event that it is resisted, we swoop in with the backup plan, which is the value pack. In my case, the initial one starts out at 30 Robux, then it drops down to 15 Robux. This is the one last plea to convert this player into a buyer, because if we can effectively do this, then this player feels comfortable making future purchases within your game, which only benefits both sides. He gets more cool in-game items, and you get more Robux. Alright, as you can see from my welcome pack here from MetaZ, we start off offering the player 2,500 gold, 500 XP, 20 tokens, 10 health packs, and the R301 carbide. But in the event that they turn that one down, do a little GUI swap here, value pack, boom. What we do is we swoop in with that 50% off, offering them the same items for only 15 Robux. To them, they're going to see like, hey, this is a great deal. I get those same items for even less. Why not? And let me tell you, they do. And you might ask, why do they do this? It's all about psychology. It's that FOMO, the fear of missing out. So if they think this is the last chance that they're going to get at this 50% off, they're going to take it 100%. That fear of missing out is a powerful motivator, and it definitely motivates. Now that we've broken down the why behind creating packs just like these and the incredible sales boost they offer for games, we're going to dive into 3 sets of codes that make it all possible. And trust me, it's not as complicated as it looks. It's just one line of chaos at a time. As I've stated before, we jump straight into the good stuff and skip the boring. So we're going to go to our server script service, and we have our welcome pack server script. This is the backbone of our operations. This baby does all the heavy lifting, managing player data, checking Game Pass ownership, and awarding those sweet rewards to the players. Let's break it down. We'll go ahead and zoom it in here for you guys so you can see a bit more of the screen and everything that it has to offer. And that should be good for y'all. Boom. First up is the backbone of our operations, the welcome pack server script. This baby does all the heavy lifting, managing data, checking Game Pass ownership, and awarding those sweet rewards to the players. First, we start off with the data store service, which you should be familiar with from my first video. If not, I suggest you go check it out. All of these act like tools in our toolbox. Each service is like a helper. The data store service saves our players data. Replicated storage shares the events between the server and the client, and the marketplace service manages our in-game store. Oh, and the run service? It's letting us know if we're testing it in studio or running the real deal. Next, we want to initialize our data stores. These data stores are our memory banks. They track valuable data, like who's bought in the welcome pack and who's seen the pop-ups. Then we go into the reward data store. This ensures that players don't get the same reward twice. And the welcome event, well, he's our little messenger between the server and the player's GUI, aka the client. Next up, we want to define our Game Pass IDs and rewards. As you can see from here, Game Pass ID 1 equals right now 000. Where the zeros are, you would input your own specific Game Pass ID, and the same for Game Pass ID number 2. These two little simple lines of code are the bread and butter of our packs, unique IDs for each Game Pass and the juicy rewards like money, experience, health packs that the players will get when they purchase them. So if you're using this code within your game, just replace the zeros with your actual Game Pass ID and you're in it to win it. Next up, we dive into Game Pass ownership. This function checks to see if the player owns a Game Pass. If you're in Studio, it pretends you own it for testing purposes. Otherwise, it uses a p-call to avoid crashing the Roblox client in case there was a hiccup. If the call works and the player owns it, then we return true. Next up, we deal with when the player joins the server. When the player joins, we check their data store. If they haven't seen the pop-up or bought the pack yet, we wait 150 seconds and then we show them the welcome pack. If they purchase it, then we're done. We end the script and everyone gets their rewards. But if they hit cancel, we wait 480 seconds to then show them the value pack. This delay gives them the time to explore before we pitch the next option to them. Next up in our code is awarding rewards. This function is our rewards distributor. It checks if the player owns the pack, and if so, it gives them their goodies, experience, gold, and even a weapon. If they've already received their rewards, we skip on to avoid double dipping. Then, we handle client events. This function handles players' actions, like buying a pack, closing the pop-up. We update the data store so we know if they've bought it or seen it. Keeping track of this ensures that players aren't spammed. Next up, we handle Game Pass purchase events. This listens for successful purchases. If the player buys the pack, we log it in the data store and call the award pack rewards to deliver the goods to them. The last two lines of code here are the connecting events. These lines that tie everything together. From when the player joins, interacts with the welcome pack GUI, the appropriate functions are called to ensure a smooth experience for all. So there you have it in a nutshell. This script doesn't just handle rewards. It creates a seamless, engaging experience for the players while boosting sales. It's like the ultimate behind-the-scenes manager for your game. Want more insights into this? Go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel, and we'll keep the chaos coming. Next up, we have our welcome pack tool script. Let's get into it. This script is the second piece of the puzzle. This ensures that players with the Game Passes get their well-deserved loot, and this one is all about delivering tools automatically, with no drama, no errors, no duplicates. Let's dive into the madness. As with any script, we start off by importing our Roblox services. These services are the backbone of any script. They handle everything from the player joining, respawning, to leaving. Then we define our replicated storage. This holds the tools we want to give to the player. After that, we have the marketplace service. Just like in the last script, if someone owns a Game Pass, this is what tells it. And finally, we have server storage. This is where we stash the tools that we didn't want to use or give to the client. After we define our core services, then we jump into the setup. We specify the tool's name, where to find it, in our case, replicated storage, and the IDs of the Game Passes that unlock these tools. These IDs are unique to your game and need to match what is set in your Roblox marketplace. Once we have our IDs defined above, then we jump into Game Pass ownership. And similar to the last script, it does the same thing. It's the gatekeeper. It loops through all of the Game Pass IDs that we have listed. If the player owns one, then we use a p-call to protect the script from breaking if Roblox's API has an issue with it. Then, if the player owns one of the Game Passes, it returns true. Otherwise, definitely a hard no. If the Game Pass ownership returns true, then we want to give them the tool. If the player has the Game Pass from above, then we go into the next function, which is give tool. This function ensures that the player gets the tool, but with safeguards. First, it checks if the tool exists within replicated storage. Then it looks in the player's backpack, which is essentially their in-game inventory. If the tool isn't already there, then it clones the tool in and adds it in. If the tool already exists within their inventory, it skips the duplication. Smart, right? Now we want to handle when the player joins the game. When a player joins the game, we want to wait 35 seconds before checking if they own Game Pass. This gives Roblox time to load the player's data. If they do, we want to call giveTool, which is the function we just described above. We also want to listen for respawns because players shouldn't lose their tools after dying. So this is that little safeguard that when they die, it goes ahead and re-gives their tools back to them. And finally, we wrap everything up within this script with the connecting events. This section ties everything together, just like our last one. When a new player joins, the onPlayerAdded is called. Plus, it also checks for players already within the game, which is handy if you've reloaded the script mid-game. No one is left out. I mean, we're all inclusive here. And that, my friends, wraps up the Welcome Pack tool script, a quick way to how to automate tool delivery for players while keeping everything smooth, efficient, and error-free. This script is all about consistency and making sure players feel rewarded without lifting a finger. Now that we've covered both server scripts, let's jump into our last and final client script, and then we'll be done. The Welcome Pack GUI client script is where the magic meets functionality. This script doesn't just display buttons, it adapts to your platform, communicates with the server, and ensures a seamless experience for players. Let's break it down, one feature at a time. The first part of this script is just like any other. We define our services and our variables. These are essential. First, we want to get our local player, which refers to our current player interacting with the GUI. Replicated storage is where our shared assets are, like our remote events. Then, we even throw in a little flair with sound effects and button clicks, because let's be honest, what's a menu without a satisfying click? Then, once our sounds are set, we get into our remote event. This remote event is the bridge between the client and server. If it's not immediately available, we patiently wait up to 10 seconds. This ensures a smooth communication for handling purchases and or updating the GUI. After we're done defining our remote event, we want to get into the rest of the variables that deal with the GUI. These GUI elements are like a treasure map, from buttons to frames. This section lays out the groundwork for interacting with the welcome and value packs, whether you're on PC or Xbox. This script got you covered. Then, after we're done defining all of our GUI elements, we want to get into the closing menu. The closing menu isn't just about hiding the GUI. We play a sound, we turn off dramatic lighting effects, and we even notify the server that the player is done browsing. It's all about polish and feedback for the player. As we know, not all players play on the same device, so within this script, we cater to Xbox and PC. By default, PC buttons are visible, while Xbox buttons remain hidden until a gamepad is detected. Once the system detects a gamepad, then it swaps the visibility of the buttons, making the PC hidden and the Xbox visible. This can also be customized to work with PlayStations as well. After that, we display the appropriate frames. This is where we decide which pack the player should see, from the welcome pack to the value pack. The server tells us what the player should see, and then we update the GUI accordingly. Simple, yet effective. After we show the player the correct pack that they should be seeing, then it comes down to the claims click button. We fire an event on the server indicating that their intent is to purchase the pack. Then we close the menu. It's clean, effective, and keeps the experience flowing. As stated above, we have Xbox-specific controls here. These controls allow Xbox players to detect a gamepad. If the gamepad input is detected, then it makes the appropriate buttons visible. We even map out the A and B buttons to the claim packs and the close menus, ensuring that the experience feels natural and intuitive for all. And that's that. That's how we create a dynamic, polished GUI that works seamlessly across multiple platforms. Whether players are on PC, Xbox, and even mobile, this script ensures that they can interact with the same welcome and value packs effortlessly. So if you're looking to boost your in-game sales, this seems like an easy win to me. If you'd like the full code, please subscribe to my Patreon. Then you can join our Discord channel, get a special role, special in-game perks, and access to the full code. I'll see you guys in the wastelands.